Hey, so this is a quick tutorial on how to create a timestamp for your table. And we're going to utilize functions in this. So if you're not comfortable with those, you can go ahead and just cut and paste the code from the description and just put it right in. But for those that are more interested, I'm going to kind of go over parameters and stuff on how to build it up. But first thing is I created a column for timestamp. And I'm going to switch the field type to a formula. And when we open up the box here, you can see there's a bunch of green text here. Those are all different formulas you can use. For this one, we're going to use created time. And go ahead and just click save there. Now that's going to show you the time that all these fields were created. And you see it auto-populated these, so I believe that means that you can do it retroactively. In other words, if you sent out a form and all your delegates said, oh yeah, we totally turned that in on time, you can create a time field and double check it. So, but one thing you'll notice is that it's showing 2:59 a.m. right now, but the current time is 7:15. So, and the reason for that is because as of right now, Airtable does these in Greenwich Mean Time, but we're in Pacific Time, which is 8 hours behind. So, if you want, you can just use this, and let's say you needed it in before 11:59 on a particular day. You just note that as long as this shows 8 a.m. the next day or before, they've got it in on time. But if you want to actually show it in Pacific Time, we're going to go ahead and do that now. So we're going to open this up and change the field type again to formula. And the first function we're going to use is called DATEADD, because we're adding time to the field, or to the created date. So within the parameters, the first parameter that we're going to use is the time that that the row was created. And then what we're going to do for the next parameter is, because we're in Pacific Time, which is 8 hours behind, we're going to add -8 hours. And then the third parameter here is actually, we're going to let it know to do hours. And I believe you can do pretty much anything, whether you do weeks, days, minutes, whatever. And you can even, I think you might even be able to do like 1.5 days, or it doesn't necessarily need to be an integer, but so this particular DATEADD has 3 parameters. We're going to go ahead and click that. And now you'll see that now we're in Pacific Time. So this was created, about 15 minutes ago, 6:59 p.m. on the 19th. And the current time was, February 20th at 3 a.m. in Greenwich. So, and then to look, so if you can do a form view, and one thing you'll notice is that when you're selecting fields that you can put in the form or take out, you cannot utilize these created times, and that's because they're not able to be edited. Unlike if you add in a date field, you can edit that date, but the created time is once it's set, it's set. There's no way to change it, and that's usually what you want, so that there's no foul play. And so let's go ahead and put in that. We're going to submit this form. Going to go back to the table or the grid view, and you'll see now, all right, the one was just submitted at 7:17 p.m. and that's correct. And so I guess lastly, if you're not in Pacific, let's say you're in, Mountain Time, you would do -7, or if you're in New York, I believe that's -5, but that's pretty much all. So hope that helped.